In this tutorial, you're going to learn how to create a figure that's glued together in a hierarchy. What a hierarchy does is it allows you to organize your figure so that you can isolate the various parts. Now, one of the things I'm going to suggest very strongly you do is you go to the wireframe here and actually do it for all of them. That'll allow you to better see the axes. Alright, there are a couple of things that need to be done here. Alright, so we've got the 4 different views, and we need to zoom in on one particular aspect. So I'm going to click here, click on the zoom tool, and we're going to zoom the scene in. Alright, now one of the things that people do have a tendency to do is they have a tendency to move things together randomly. It's very, very important that you understand what a hierarchy is and why we want this guy to be glued together. Okay, the first thing you have to look at is the hand. Now the hand always travels with the forearm, and the forearm always travels with the upper body. So what we're going to do is first we need to position the hand at the base of the forearm. But one of the things you need to see is how this thing rotates. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in very, very tightly on that hand so you can see it. And I'm going to show you how that hand actually rotates. It does not rotate in a natural manner. Okay, when you create an object, typically the axis is towards the center. We do not want the axis to be towards the center, so we need to move the axis to the what's called in biology the distal end. Alright, so I'm going to show the axis, and I'm going to move that axis up to here. Alright, now what I need to do is I need to deselect this. Okay, so now it's deselected, and I'm going to use the axis. And you notice now that rotates in a way that's a little bit more natural for a hand. Now, because the hand always travels with the upper arm, we need to glue it as child. And it's over here down in the lower corner. It's the 2 gray squares with like the 90-degree angle between them. That's the glue as child tool. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to move there, and now typically up here at the end where the elbow is where you would expect it to rotate. But if you take a look, notice what happens. The axis is again more towards the center. That's not the way a natural thing rotates. So we're going to show the axis again, and then we're going to move that axis up. And you notice in this view, you can see that the axis is not in the center. So we're going to move that, use the object move tool to the center. Alright, and then I'm going to go up, use the upward arrow to select the whole thing. And if you notice, it does rotate around the center again. Alright, so we're going to move this thing to the end. Move it up. Alright, and if you take a look at the 4 different views, okay, that's up to the axis. And then I'm going to glue this as child to the upper arm. And then I'm going to move the position, show the axis, move that axis up to the shoulder. Alright, and that's how you set up the axes for the arm. Alright, now that's what you're going to do for each individual part. Alright, and in the next tutorial I'm going to show you how to handle the parts once you've done them all.